It has been a while, so let's dive into a vintage guitar magazine. This is February 1987 Guitar for the Practicing Musician. I've done a bunch of these and there's still no good way to position the magazine, so I'm using this nice synthesizer as a magazine stand. We'll see if this works. All right, Jakey Lee and Warren DeMartini. That's a hell of a pair. Hell of a pair, guys. Oh, look at that. Already falling down. Nice DODs. Little Leo Fender. How tall is Jakey Lee? I'm going with 5'6", without the hair. Steve Morse, Conversation with Eric Johnson. Oh, ooh. All right. Oh, this is a good question. When you're playing fast, would you say it's basically that every note would make sense if you played it at halftime? And EJ says, probably not. There's probably a lot of rubbish in there. And I just speed it up. Hopefully nobody notices. Steve, I notice, and I think it would hold up. I'm just trying to get you to say it. You've ruined my question. When I play fast, I get into either a major, minor, or pentatonic scale. If I play fast, it's hard for me to do a lot of diminished or whole tone scales. All right, practice habits. The best way I can practice is to try and practice things I can't play instead of things that I can play already. Usually I find that with things I know how to play, I practice them every day to challenge myself to see if I can play them perfectly. All right. I usually try to play 30, 45 minutes, maybe 15 minutes before the show. He does some note for note transcribing with Clapton, Beck, Hendrix. Any comments for aspiring players? Just turn it on 10, get out there and hog down. I love that expression. Go hog down. I don't know what that means, but I like it. Holdsworth. That's good. There's a whole article with J.J. French, the guitar player in Twisted Sister, yeah. I never considered him like a guitarist. Oh, this is hideous. What is this? Ugh. Look at that. It's like a coat. A smoking jacket. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is the only advertisement for Jackson pickups I think I've ever seen. Rat, You're in Love. You're in Love. I don't know if that's one of their better songs, but always good guitar playing in there. Always. Oh, Lightning Strikes. I like this. That's pretty much how it goes. Oh, look at all these notes. It's beautiful. I hope you could see the notes. Here's a solo. Go learn it. Hit pause. Go learn. Come back. Oh, it's a nice Strat. I like that. All right, so this is Ultimate Sin era and Undercover Dancing era. It's really hard for me to read these, so that's why I'm stumbling. But I'm going to try to find a couple of cool parts. What was your first impression of Warren's playing? Jake says, he surprised me. He was really fast. Fast from day one. The only thing I ever told him about was vibrato. I just said vibrato is really important to me. And Warren didn't care about it too much. But now, like, Warren's got a great vibrato. So, yeah. They were never in a band together, but they were roommates in San Diego. We always played guitar and watched TV. That sounds like my life. Oh, I said they were like together when he came up with Round and Round and You're in Trouble. That's pretty crazy. We really tried to finish Round and Round, but could not come up with a verse. It wasn't until I started working with Robin that it happened. Robin gets so overshadowed because Warren is so naturally good. Like, he's so good. But I think Robin brought a lot to the party in that band, in the early days anyway. So Jake says Warren made him want to work. He always made me want to work to make sure I was never sloppy when I played fast. He could play fast and clean, and I didn't want him to do it better than me. Jake says, I remember when Eddie Van Halen's first album came out, Eddie said he was embarrassed to show Ain't Talking About Love to the band because he thought it was so stupid and simple. That was probably my favorite song in the record. It was a great riff. It's really easy. It's basically A to G. So yeah, it's hard for me to tell a great riff right away. They asked, when you come up with riffs, do you wait for inspiration or do you have to have a record to make? Warren says, every year it's changed. My cassette player turned into a Porta Studio, then into an 8-track. It really doesn't sound better, but it makes it more interesting. I could put overdubs and stuff. Oh, look at this. He's like, what movies have you seen? I saw Crossroads the other day. That made me want to play guitar. And I didn't come up with anything. Do you have a favorite sound on the records? I like the sound on Waiting for Darkness. I don't know that song at all. Jake says there was one of the last songs we did on Bark of the Moon. I was finally getting a sound at the end. I wasn't putting too much distortion or too much echo like I had on the other songs. I wanted to do all the other songs again and they wouldn't let me. Ultimate Sin, I basically like the lead sound. For Thank God for the Bomb, I like the lead sound. It's really sweet sounding, kind of Michael Schenkery. I love the rhythm sound on the intro to Lay It Down. Everybody does. If you don't, you're lying. All right, who's this poster of? Got some Cinderella. Oh, Cinderella. Oh, yeah. Steely Dan. Copyright strike from Steely Dan. Something I won't like. Bass lines also. Oh, and Santana. There's a lot of good tunes in this one. Skipping. All right. Bangles. They got some hits. Oh, coming to the end, gang. Oh, look at this. They're reviewing albums. Yngwie Malmsteen Trilogy. The Bottom Line. A more rounded gush of Swedish hysterics. Metal Fatigue. That is it. If you have never listened to Alan Holdsworth, that's a good starting point because there are songs that are pretty accessible. It's a little jazzy-tazzy, but like you could get in there without it being just a super jazz odyssey. Oh, any more Shrapnel record, Mind's Eye. That's pretty awesome. Another Phenom struts his metallic stuff. The charts. All right, number 1 guitars, Kramer. Thank you, Eddie Van Halen. Fender, Gibson, Charvel, Jackson. Anyone that's not a JB player? I don't think they're around. Hondo? I don't know what Hondo is. It's mostly the same. There you go. Guitar Magazine. Ta-da!